What started as casual late-night banter exploded into a live demolition. Family secrets ripped open, proof slamming down like hammers, and a president's unbreakable facade cracking right in front of millions. It was a freezing February night in 2026. But inside the Conan O'Brien studio, the air felt charged, like right before a big storm hits. The audience was already buzzing hard, half of them grinning, the other half looking like they were waiting for a train wreck. Everyone knew who was coming out next. Not just any guest. The sitting president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, is walking back onto a late-night set for the first time in years. Conan stepped onto the stage to his usual huge applause, that big goofy grin plastered on his face, red hair catching the lights. He raised both hands like he was conducting an orchestra. "Ladies and gentlemen," he said, voice warm but already teasing, "please welcome back Donald Trump." The crowd exploded. Cheers, some booze mixed in, a couple of whistles. Trump strode out looking exactly like you'd expect. Dark suit, red tie knotted tight, that signature walk like he owned the carpet under his feet. He waved big, gave the audience that thumbs up, then pointed right at Conan like they were old buddies. "Conan, look at this place. Huge now, bigger than ever," Trump said as he dropped into the chair. "You've done great. Tremendous. And my family, top of the line. Melania, beautiful, classy, the best. Ivanka, brilliant, stunning, total star. And Barron, my boy, is huge. Tall, handsome, already taller than me. People say he's got the best of both worlds." The crowd laughed and clapped politely. But you could feel the energy shift a little. Trump was in full brag mode, painting this perfect family picture like he always did. Conan leaned back, chuckling, playing along at first. "Barron's got that Trump energy for sure," he said, nodding. "Big presence. But you know what I've noticed? He's also got a little of that Ivanka shine. Same eyes, same smile. Kinda uncanny how much he takes after her." Trump's smile froze for half a second, just long enough for everyone to catch it. He let out a quick laugh, but it sounded forced, like air leaking out of a tire. "Yeah, well, good genes, Conan. Great genes. Everybody says so." He waved it off, but his hand stayed up a beat too long, fingers twitching like he wanted to grab the words back. Conan didn't push hard yet. He just tilted his head, that sly look in his eyes. "Hey, I'm just saying what people notice. Kid's got the whole package. Your confidence, her looks. Dangerous combo." The audience laughed again, louder this time, sensing blood in the water. Trump nodded, still smiling, but the corners of his mouth were tight. You could almost hear the gears turning in his head, trying to decide if this was friendly ribbing or the start of something else. The banter rolled on for a minute, Trump tossing out more compliments about his kids, Conan firing back light jabs that landed just sharp enough to sting. Every laugh from the crowd felt loaded now. People in the front rows were leaning forward, elbows on knees, like they knew the easy part was ending. Conan kept that easy smile, but his questions were starting to feel like little hooks. He wasn't yelling, wasn't attacking. He was just waiting, letting the room feel the weight of every word. Then Conan shifted in his chair, leaning forward just enough to change the whole vibe. His voice stayed easy, almost casual, like he was asking about the weather, but the words hit different. "All right, Donald, we got a ton of viewer questions tonight. People are really curious about one thing that keeps popping up. They say Barron looks a whole lot more like Ivanka than he does like Melania. Same eyes, same jawline, same smile. What's the deal there?" The studio went dead quiet. Not a cough, not a shuffle. Hundreds of people just froze, eyes locked on Trump. His face flushed pink almost instantly, that confident smirk wiped clean for a split second. He blinked hard, like someone had slapped him. Then he forced a laugh. Short, sharp, too loud. "Total nonsense," he snapped. "Fake stuff. Complete garbage. Melania is his mother, a 100%. End of story." His voice cracked on the last word, and his hands started moving, fingers tapping the armrest, then gripping it, then tapping again like he couldn't sit still. Conan didn't blink. He just nodded slowly, letting the silence stretch. "I hear you, but people have been saying it for years." They pull up side-by-side photos, Barron at 10, Ivanka at 25, and they look like twins. Not saying it's true, just saying it's out there. "You ever see those pics?" Trump's mouth opened, closed, opened again. "I don't look at that garbage," he said, but his volume was climbing. "People make up lies all the time. The fake news loves it. Melania is his mom. That's it. Done." The audience started murmuring, low at first, then spreading like ripples. Some people were leaning so far forward they were practically out of their seats. Conan tilted his head, still calm, still smiling, just a little. "Sure, but here's the thing. Some of these aren't just random trolls. We've got old photos from family events, back when Barron was a baby. People close to the family sent them in. In a couple of them, Ivanka's holding him like a mom would. Kinda hard to unsee once you notice it." Trump's eyes narrowed. He jabbed a finger toward Conan. "You're bringing up anonymous sources now? That's your big move?" "Weak, Conan. Very weak." But his voice wasn't steady anymore. It kept jumping. Loud one second, then dropping like he was trying to pull it back. His hands were all over the place now, waving, pointing, then dropping to his lap and clenching. The crowd could feel it. The king of confidence was rattled, and he wasn't hiding it well. Conan didn't raise his voice, didn't smirk. He just kept looking right at Trump, letting the question hang there like smoke. "I'm not attacking anybody," he said quietly, "just asking what people are asking. If it's nothing, it's nothing. But the pictures are real. The resemblance is real. You want to tell America there's a no story here?" Trump's jaw tightened so hard you could see the muscle jump. He tried to laugh again, but it came out more like a snort. "There's no story, none. Melania is his mother. Beautiful woman, great mother, perfect. You're trying to start trouble, that's all this is." He looked out at the audience for backup, but the murmurs were louder now. Some people nodding, some shaking their heads, everyone hooked. Conan sat back a little, but his eyes never left Trump's face. The easy banter was gone. The room felt smaller, hotter, tighter. Suddenly, the producer's voice cut through the speakers, sharp and urgent. "We've got a live call-in right now from former President Barack Obama." The whole room sucked in a collective breath. Jaws dropped, eyes went wide, and for a split second, it felt like time stopped. A massive screen behind the set flickered to life, and there he was, Obama, looking cool as ever, in a dark shirt, sitting in what looked like his home office. Face serious but totally composed, like he was about to drop wisdom at a TED Talk. Trump's head snapped toward the screen, his flush turning a deeper red, and the audience froze, phones up, but nobody daring to snap a pic yet. Obama didn't waste a second. His voice came through clear and steady, no drama, just facts. "Donald, let's cut the games. Everybody's seeing it now. Barron isn't Melania's son, he's Ivanka's." The word hit like a gut punch. Gasps rippled through the crowd, people clutching their seats, murmuring "what?" under their breath. Obama kept going, calm as a lake. This goes back to when Ivanka was just 23. A relationship that crossed every line in the book. We've got DNA results from a private lab, hospital records from the birth, and a key witness, Dr. Elena Ramirez, the OBGYN who was there for the delivery. She saw it all, and she's ready to talk. Trump's chair scraped back a little as he half stood, eyes bulging, but he couldn't get a word out yet. The shock was too fresh. Conan just sat there, eyebrows up, letting it unfold like he was watching a movie he'd scripted. The audience was on the edge now, some covering their mouths, others leaning in so far they might fall out of their chairs. Obama leaned closer to his camera, voice dropping a notch for emphasis. "And that's not all. There are leaked emails from back then, ones where you two discussed keeping it quiet and family first. Plus a hidden video clip from a private event in 2004. Right on cue, the screen split, and a grainy clip played, young Ivanka, early 20s, standing way too close to Trump at some fancy party, his hand on her waist lingering too long, whispers exchanged that looked anything but father-daughter. The clip looped for maybe 10 seconds before cutting out, but it was enough. Screams of disbelief erupted from the crowd, phones flashing like fireworks. Chaos exploded in the studio, people yelling questions, Trump slamming his fist on the armrest, shouting, "Fake! All fake!" But his voice shook like never before. Conan's eyes flicked between the screen and Trump, still holding that poker face, but you could tell even he was stunned by how deep this went. Obama wrapped it up smooth. Donald, the proof's out there now. America deserves the truth. No more dodging. Trump shot out of his chair like someone had lit a fire under him, face beat red, veins popping in his neck. "This is rigged. Totally rigged," he bellowed, pointing straight at the big screen where Obama's face had just faded out. "Obama set this up. You and him. You cooked this whole thing. I'm suing everybody. Conan, the network, Obama, the whole damn show. You hear me? Lawsuits. Big ones." His arms were flying everywhere, jabbing at the air, chopping with his hands, then slamming the armrest so hard the mic picked up the thud. The audience gasped loud, a wave of shocked breaths rolling through the seats. Some people actually leaned back like they were scared he might charge the stage. Conan didn't flinch. He just sat there, legs crossed, hands folded in his lap, looking at Trump the way you look at a toddler having a meltdown in the grocery store. When the yelling finally hit a pause, Conan spoke, quiet, steady, almost gentle. "Donald, just so we're all clear here, what Obama just laid out, what the DNA, the records, the video all point to, is that you and your own daughter, you had a kid together. That's what we're talking about, right? That's the story on the table." The room went pin-drop silent again. Trump's mouth opened, closed, opened. No sound came out at first. Then the fury came roaring back twice as hard. "You're disgusting. You're a sick person, Conan. You think you're smart? You're not smart. You're a lowlife, failing comedian trying to destroy me." Before Trump could keep going, the producer's voice crackled through the speakers again. "We have another caller on the line. Anonymous, but they say they're Dr. Elena Ramirez, the OBGYN Obama just named." Trump's head whipped around so fast it looked painful. The big screen lit up once more, but this time it was just a black box with a voice changer. Deep, distorted, but clear enough. "I delivered the baby in 2006 at a private clinic in New York," the voice said. "I was told it was highly confidential. The father was in the room. I recognized him immediately." Donald Trump held Ivanka's hand the entire time. "I signed the original birth certificate before it was switched. I kept copies. I still have them." Trump started screaming over her. "You're a liar, paid liar, fake doctor. I've never seen you in my life." But the voice kept going, calm and slow, like she'd practiced this. "March 17th, 2006, 3:42 a.m. You were wearing a Navy suit. You told me, and I quote, 'This stays in the family.' I remember every word because I knew it was wrong." The audience was losing it, gasps turning into shouts, some people standing up, phones shaking in their hands as they recorded. Trump kept yelling, "Lies, all lies," but his voice cracked on every word now. He was pointing at the screen, then at Conan, then back at the screen, like he couldn't decide who to attack first. Conan finally raised one hand, just a small calm motion, and the room started to quiet down. He looked straight at Trump, no smirk, no anger, just dead serious. "Donald, the doctor's on the line. Obama's got the DNA. We've got video. You can scream rigged all you want, but right now, America's listening. You want to answer her or keep yelling at a black box?" Trump's chest was heaving. His hands were shaking. The silence stretched. Thick, ugly, electric. Trump was pacing now. Short, angry steps in front of the desk, like a caged animal trying to find a way out. His face was slick with sweat under the lights, tie loosened just enough to show how rattled he was. "This is a conspiracy," he shouted, spinning toward Conan. "You and Obama, you planned this. Deep state crap, fake news on steroids. You think you can take me down with this garbage? I built this country. Nobody's touching me." He jabbed a finger at the camera. "America knows the truth. They love me. This is all a setup to hurt me before the next election." Conan didn't stand up. He just reached over, calm as ever, and tapped a button on the desk. The big screen behind them lit up again, this time with documents scrolling in real time. Birth records, marriage dates, old press clippings, even a timeline graphic somebody in the control room must have thrown together on the fly. "Let's look at this together, Donald," Conan said, voice level. Barron's official birth date, March 20th, 2006. Ivanka was 24. Melania and you didn't get married until January 2005. That's a tight window. And here's the kicker. Public photos from late 2005 show Melania at events looking, well, not pregnant. No bump, no announcements, nothing. Then suddenly, boom, Barron in 2006. People can do the math themselves. Trump stopped pacing, stared at the screen like it had slapped him. "Those records are doctored, fake. You can fake anything these days." But his voice cracked higher, less sure. The audience murmurs turned into a low roar. People whispering, pointing, some shaking their heads in disbelief. Conan kept going, slow and steady. "We're not faking these, Donald. These are public records, court filings, news archives. You can Google them right now if you want. The timeline doesn't add up unless something else was going on." Right then, a producer's voice cut in over the speakers again. Quick, excited. "We just got a text message to the show's hotline. It's from Ivanka Trump's verified number. Want us to read it live?" The crowd erupted. Shouts, gasps, a couple of "Oh my God" echoing. Conan glanced at Trump, who looked like he'd been hit with ice water. "Go ahead," Conan said quietly. The screen flashed the text in big white letters. "Ivanka, this is disgusting and completely false. Barron is my brother. Melania is his mother. Stop spreading these vicious lies. The family is united." But then the next line popped up. Apparently she'd kept typing before hitting send. "Ivanka, we've been through enough scrutiny. There was never anything inappropriate. It was a complicated time, but everything was handled privately and correctly." The room lost it. Screams, laughter, outrage, all mixed together. Trump's eyes went wide, panic flashing across his face for the first time, raw and unguarded. "She didn't mean that," he yelled at the screen. "That's not what she's saying. She's being tricked, hacked, fake text. Show the full thing." He lunged toward the desk like he could grab the words back. "Ivanka, if you're watching, don't talk to them. They're twisting everything." Conan raised a hand again, gentle but firm. "Donald, she just said, complicated time and handled privately. That's not a denial. That's, well, something else." Trump whirled on him, breathing hard. "You shut up. You don't get to talk about my daughter." Before he could keep raging, Obama's face appeared on the screen one more time. Still calm, still measured. "One last thing, Donald," he said. "I didn't want to go here, but you leave no choice. And we have a sworn affidavit from your former aide, Michael Cohen. No, wait, not him. From a longtime personal assistant who was with the family in 2005 to 2006. She states under oath that she overheard conversations between you and Ivanka planning to keep the pregnancy secret. She saw medical files. She even drove Ivanka to appointments when Melania was out of the country. It's notarized, dated yesterday, and already filed with multiple news outlets." Trump froze. His mouth worked, no sound coming out at first. Then, quiet, almost a whisper, that was just talk. We were protecting the family. It wasn't..." He caught himself, eyes darting around like he realized what he'd just let slip. The audience went dead silent, hanging on every word. Trump's face crumpled for a split second. Real fear, real pain before the anger slammed back in. "No! I didn't say that. You're twisting my words. This is entrapment. I'm done. I'm walking out." He started toward the exit, but stopped halfway, turning back with one last furious point. "You'll pay for this, all of you. Lawsuits, investigations. You think this ends here? It doesn't?" His voice broke on the last word. He stormed off stage, security trailing, leaving the set in stunned chaos. Conan sat there a beat, letting the silence settle, then looked straight into the camera. America, sometimes the truth doesn't need volume. It just needs to be said. The crowd didn't cheer. They didn't boo. They just sat there, stunned, processing the absolute wreckage they'd just watched unfold live. Conan waited until Trump stopped at the edge of the stage, breathing hard, glaring back at everyone. Then Conan spoke, quiet, clear. No mic needed to carry it. "Donald, intelligence isn't about who yells the loudest. It's not about who can bully the room into agreeing with you. It's about looking at what's right in front of you, the facts, the proof, the words coming out of your own mouth, and facing it. Without screaming, without running, just facing it." The words landed soft but heavy. Trump's shoulders stiffened. For maybe 5 full seconds, he didn't move, didn't point, didn't shout. He just stood there, staring at Conan like the air had been sucked out of him. The audience went dead silent. No murmurs, no phones clicking, just the hum of the lights and breathing. Conan kept going, voice steady. "You came on tonight thinking you could dominate, like always. Brag about your family, call everything fake, walk out the winner. But truth doesn't care about volume. It doesn't bend for ego. It just sits there, waiting for you to deal with it. And right now, it's staring you down." Trump's face twisted. Anger, shame, something raw flashing through his eyes. He opened his mouth like he wanted one last shot, but nothing came out. The king of the comeback had nothing. Then the final blow dropped. The producer's voice crackled one more time, low and urgent. "We've just received an audio file. Verified source from 2006. It's Trump speaking at a private event. We're playing it now." Before anyone could react, the speakers kicked in. Grainy, but unmistakable, Trump's voice, younger, cocky, laughing in the background of some fancy room. "Ivanka, come here, sweetheart. Look at her. Look at this girl. She's perfect. Body like nobody's business, smart as hell, and she knows how to work a room. If she wasn't my daughter, hell, who knows?" A couple of laughs from whoever was there with him, then his voice again, lower, almost proud. "She's got it all. Everything I like. Everything." The clip cut off clean. No fade, no apology. Just dead air. The room erupted. Screams, boos, gasps so loud it hurt your ears. Trump's whole body jerked like he'd been electrocuted. His face went white, then red again, eyes wild. "That's edited. Fake. You bastards doctored it." But nobody was buying it anymore. The audio was too real, too him. He spun toward the exit, shoving past a security guy who tried to steady him. "I'm out. This show's over. You're all finished." He stormed off stage, footsteps echoing, door slamming somewhere backstage. The crowd didn't cheer. They didn't boo. They just sat there, shell-shocked, staring at the empty spot where he'd been. Conan let the silence hang for a long beat. Then he leaned into the mic, voice soft but firm. "Folks, that's what happens when ego runs into truth. It doesn't end pretty, but truth wins. Every time. Not because it's loud, because it's real." He looked straight into the camera. No smile, no wink, just straight talk. Power can make you think you're untouchable. Composure reminds you nobody is. Thanks for watching. Good night. The band kicked in soft, almost mournful. Lights dimmed a little. The audience started clapping. Slow at first, then building. Not wild, but real. Respectful. like they'd just seen something they couldn't unsee. Phones stayed up, capturing the empty chair, the quiet stage, the weight of what had just gone down. Nobody was leaving their seats yet. Nobody wanted to. The drama hadn't just ended, it had burned itself into every person watching, live or at home. And long after the credits rolled, people would still be talking about the night a talk show host didn't raise his voice and still brought down a president. If you enjoy high-octane dramatic stories like this, from tense moments and constant twists to a shocking final blow that leaves the entire studio speechless, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel now.